this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 363. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Striz. Welcome back, SLAC family. What's good with you, y'all?
What it do?
What's good with you, my brother, man? What's up, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm living the dream. I do want to say the weather, we had a little bit of crazy weather the last couple of days so far.
I was loving
our Arizona homies. So we on a serious thing, like, hope everybody did good through that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Some crazy winds. Buckeye hit like, I think in some places they said like 60 mile per hour winds.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It was like Sunday night was the worst winds and stuff, but then yesterday was a lot of rain, thunder, and lightning as well. And like, when I say like I was like watching it last night, and it was like the sky was just like lighting up like a disco ball, like a strobe light type thing. Like it was continual, and it was crazy because a couple of them, like it was like hurt my eyes, like the flash was like so close,
so bright.
I could see the lightning and get, like, you know what I'm saying, like when it hits your eyes like that, I was like, dang. So we haven't had a storm that quite like that, especially back-to-back nights in a while. So that was a little bit of interesting stuff going on, but other than that, man, business as usual, taking care of the babies, and just enjoying that, man. Just super blessed. So how about you? How you feeling?
Excuse me. Yeah, man, I'm feeling really good. I love the rain. I think it was Sunday night. We got like heavy rain. It was super heavy. Loved it. It's funny because one of my dogs at the trash can's too full. She'll get into it. So when it does get full, we got to take it out. So I was like, if I don't take it out, like when we go to sleep, we'll wake up in the morning and there'll be stuff everywhere, or she'll just be, sick or whatever. So I was like, I gotta take it out. You know what I'm saying? So I walked outside. I was like, I'll be fine. I was like, nah. So I went and grabbed a hoodie real quick, put the hoodie on, still came back drenched, bro. Like it was that's how hard it was raining. If you're, I know a lot of the family on here are fellow Phoenicians, or at least been Phoenicians for a long time. So, we don't get rain like that too often. But yeah, man, I was soaked after that. Lily's birthday was last Wednesday, so we did just a lot of stuff for her this past weekend. Got her some new stuff. She started school on Monday, so a lot of back to school stuff too. So your boy is broke. You know what I'm saying? If you too could feed a hungry black child for for
a few dollars a month.
You know what I'm saying? But pockets is empty, cuz. But aside from that though, man, love seeing her happy. She got a lot of things that she actually really wanted. So I'd say honestly, this is probably one of the happier birthdays she's had in a really long time. So I was super excited. Just saying, as a parent, you're a parent now too. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing that happy, like that brings like happiness to us nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's just no longer the going out and having fun. It's seeing them happy. So just excited to see her kind of have a good birthday. So that was my highlight of the week. You know what I'm saying?
And I've been a bad uncle, man, because I owe both my nieces. I owe a birthday present for her, and then also graduation love too. So there's a lot to catch up on for sure. So
man, she probably forgot. She didn't even remember. No, she in there right now. She gonna be like, I graduated. I'm telling you, bro.
That's too funny. That's too funny. But no, that's cool. Yeah. And on the birthday note, let me get it out of the way really quickly. None of us really like to shine too much light on our own celebrations, but Strizzy's birthday is coming up this weekend, later this week. So we're going to give her happy early birthday to Strizzy. So help me.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm a Leo, man. I love to shine. You know what it is, bro.
True, yeah. You're like, I'm not shy.
Yeah, I'm not
Give
shy
me
about
all
it.
light the candles, You know what
I'm saying? Let me blow them out. You know what I mean? But no. It's one of the things I made the joke all the time. Like, I ain't celebrated my birthday in 15 years because Lily's birthday is the 5th, mine's the 15th. So, August, what used to be my day or my month is now her month. But I appreciate it, man. I haven't celebrated in a while, but it would be cool to maybe get together with my brothers and maybe go do lunch or something like that. Like that would be really, really dope. we were primed for it. We need to do something because it's been a little minute since we got to actual together. But I do appreciate, saying the birthday love and things of that nature. So, I'll never shy away from it, but because I appreciate it. It's one of those things we always talk about, celebrate our loved ones when they're still around, you know what I'm saying? So, same thing every time your birthday comes around. I want to make sure I tell you happy birthday and Marcus too, regardless of how he feels about birthdays, we always going to grant that man some birthday love. So, definitely got to celebrate, y'all as well when your birthdays come around. So I do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And speaking of get together, yes, we definitely got to get together soon. We're overdue for that. Pops. But also, when next time we get together, this is going to be a little teaser. Is we got a package in the mail. I'm not going to show the addresses and stuff like that. I got to make sure I'm
for real.
But we got a package in the mail from Unc. So definitely want to say thank you, Unc. He always takes care of us. Always has a little something for us in the mail. So that's real love right there. So we are going to the next time we get together, we're going to open that together and we'll film a little video of it as well. So a little extra thing for the
what's up. Yeah, man, I've been getting into the trading card game a lot lately. I've been going to a lot of like trading card shows, primarily for the anime styles, the Pokemon and One Piece and stuff like that. But man, the sports cards vendors are out there too. And bro, some of these slabs are just worth so much money, bro.
It's crazy.
It's insane, man.
It's
so
one
like,
of those
I've been
things.
Getting into it too.
Yeah, and I want to get more into it because I do have some things, and Unc is like helping reel us back into it too, like on the sports card side.
Yep.
But it's one of those things where it's like every time it just reminds me like if I would have taken care of what I had when I was younger.
Bro.
Like we didn't have all the things, but we had enough things that if they would have been in that same condition, I guess that's why I love like old toys and stuff like that so much now because it's like it just brings me right back. So
all my stuff's still in boxes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not even a fraction of it, you know what I mean? But man, it's so true. And can you imagine too, like, we used to get playing cards all the time as kids and
not knowing,
never really knew, saying like what they're really worth. We just thought it was cool because our heroes were on them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Imagine we kept them and up to date, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Like there's no telling what some of those cards could have been possibly worth today, you know what I mean? As we're pushing 40, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. Some of these cards are extremely insane. Like there's a couple of One Piece cards that are worth $1,200. I mean, they're not even. I think there's one that's worth like 20 grand or something like that. Like
that's crazy,
so that's the craziest chaser that I'm looking for right now.
Yeah,
I'm not going to buy it outright. I got to pull that mug because I
got to find it.
On it.
You got to find it in the wild.
Absolutely, but yeah, man, the TCG game is insane, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what's up. But yes, I think I'm guilty of too. One thing I wish I would have done is like you said, like our heroes and stuff. I would always look for my teams or my players. So I wasn't, when I was that young, like in tune to, I knew who the greats were, but like, I wasn't in tune to like looking like, oh, this is a rookie. Maybe I should set this aside because in 4 years, he's going to be whatever. Like,
for sure.
If it wasn't like somebody I already really knew, I wasn't like holding on to it versus like now, some of those just like you would have held on to somebody that, you just never would have known. So I want to welcome the twins to the show. The twins on the show said, are we invited? Yes, we're going to do something.
You know what I'm saying?
We wanted to do something. Exactly.
Come to the treehouse. Team needs you.
Exactly. Team needs you. Exactly. It's time. So yeah, we're gonna get something together. I wanted to do a back to school kind of bash, but I know school is kind of starting, but that's okay. It's never too late to just get together and do something fun.
Yeah,
so,
man. First and foremost, talking about the twins, bro. I seen Anthony post the twins on Instagram the other day, talking about 7th grade. I'm a grown ass man, bro.
Right.
7th grade.
Y'all aren't tricking anybody.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to my twins. Those are my godsons. Those are my nephews. They are
bro.
Size 13 shoes, 2X, and they're 2X shirts. So they're fully grown men, but they're going into 7th grade. They started 7th grade yesterday. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, big fast. I was like,
keep
man,
doing your thing. But yeah, it's
watching all these kids grow up is crazy, and it's just sentiment to how long you and I have been friends, how long as I've known you, as long as I've known Anthony. I remember seeing them kids when they were born.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man. So like, it's extremely insane and just humbling to watch all these kids just growing up and getting bigger and stuff. But man, it was crazy. I was like, man, 7th grade, and just because Anthony's a tall dude too.
Anthony's taller than me, and I think he was tippy-toeing a little bit just to save it. You know what I'm saying? I think they might have got him. So they might have got me next time I see him. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna keep it real though. I'm gonna stand back to back, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see what's up.
I know it's inevitable, so I'm not trying to fight it.
Not even gonna trip.
Exactly. So all right, that's what's up. Cool. Okay, so we got the family straight. But definitely want to jump into our agenda really quickly. We don't, again, we have not a crazy amount of show, but I think we have a good solid few things to talk about. I want to start with NFL preseason action. Last week the Hall of Fame game was really dope. It was really entertaining actually. Got to see some well-known college quarterbacks go out there and play really well and perform. So that was dope. People were talking about Carson Beck potentially getting a chance to start. That's interesting. I want to get your opinion about that, just because they don't have their long-term answers. So why not try? Obviously, that level of competition is a lot different. We're talking about the Hall of Fame game, which is preseason essentially. It's like very early on, but at the same time, it's still a step up in competition and it's still kind of showing what you got against NFL level guys, right? Or at least fringe NFL level guys. So that was really cool to see. Pop says Beck looked sharp. But yeah, I was gonna ask you, I almost think the Cardinals are gonna have to give him a chance at some point this year.
Oh yeah.
But how soon do you think that might happen, or is it kind of a little bit of a overreaction to say okay, we gotta let him out there sooner?
I wouldn't call it an overreaction at all, honestly, because you are right. It's preseason. The guys out there aren't your starters. They're not showing full defense packages. They're not showing their full
right. They've been practicing for a couple weeks. Yeah,
for sure. But what I will say is this: he looked good. He was hitting all the throws he should have thrown, getting hitting the receivers in stride. That game was probably one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting, Hall of Fame game I was trying to think back of
because most of the time it's a snoozer after 5 minutes in.
For sure. I can't remember the last time I watched a full Hall of Fame game.
Yeah,
I watched the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was good. It was actually really good. I think it was 20-17 or something like that at halftime. Maybe it was 17-17 and kept going after halftime. It was a really good game, and I get it. It's not the starters and things of that nature, but the Cardinals have nothing to lose, right? They have nothing to lose. They went in knowing we don't really have a quarterback. And I think if Carson Beck plays a couple more games, you got to remember, Dak showed himself in the preseasons too. Yeah. And when he came in, he did so well with the ones and the starters. He never gave the job back. It's not always the number one quarterback or two or three quarterbacks off the board that end up being, those guys. When was the last time the number one overall quarterback off the board was
stepped in
as good as we all thought he was going to be, right? Cam, you know what I'm saying? For real.
Maybe Joe Burrow, was he number one? Overall?
Yeah, he was. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah,
but still, even
then, I was looking at something. Granted, I know it's because of injuries, but Joe Burrow, as good as he is when he's healthy, he just hasn't been healthy. You know what I'm saying? So he's missed a ton of stuff. You know what I mean? And before Cam, it's probably your boy from Georgia.
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, right? Yeah. So it's not always that guy, and I think he showed a lot of what he could potentially do. I say this all the time, when guys, it's always funny to make fun of the guys who are a little bit older in college playing, but they always come out ready to go and just more ready than some of the younger guys who stayed a year or two. You know what I mean? So he's already got a maturity to him that a lot of the quarterbacks drafted before him don't have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, man, I'm telling you, if he continues to look sharp in these, I'm not saying you start on week 1, but bro, if they're 0-3, you know what I mean? Go for it. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I mean? To see if you can turn something around, see if you can see something. This team is really young. You know what I'm saying? Your receivers, your defense, your tight end, your running backs are young. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if y'all can actually make something, and you might have that next guy, and you're not even giving him a chance because he wasn't expected to be as good as what he showed last night. So obviously Georgia is a great program. He was with Miami. It's Miami, right?
Hurricanes? Yeah, in the national championship last year.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. So you look at how well he's played. Right, I know I'm going a lot longer than I really thought I would about this player in the Hall of Fame game, but they look good. He looked good, you know what I'm saying? So it literally took at the buzzer beater running and touchdown for the Panthers to get that game. But without that, they win that game. So I think he played extremely well, and I think he should legitimately have a shot because as good as some of the games as Jacoby had last year, they lost them all.
Right.
you know what I mean? So
yeah,
man, he's got a shot. They start 0-3, 0-4. To me, he give it to the rook. What do we have to lose? Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he's got. And maybe we don't have to draft a quarterback next year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or at least if he doesn't do well, we know we have to. Like either
exactly,
way,
100%. 100%.
Answer that question.
Don't make this kid an automatic backup when you don't even know what you have in him. That doesn't make sense. You just wasted a pick. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
I like it.
You can use that for offensive linemen.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't let him get out there. Want to welcome Stephanie Washington to the show. She said hello. Nice hat. Thank you very much. And also Kelly as well. Happy Tuesday. This is another one. Speaking of a former Cardinal, right? Speaking of the Cardinals that moved on, and Pops, you got it on there too. I know we have it on the agenda. Murray being named the starter for the Vikings. I think that's super cool. The only thing it doesn't surprise me because he's a veteran. Like he knows what to do. He's had some, some nice peaks and he had some highs in the league. He's done well. Obviously, things didn't work out and pan out long term with the Cardinals. I think that a new environment is going to serve him well, and I think JJ McCarthy is just not. I think we've seen it's just not it, and him being a stable pro with that defense, like that makes sense. Only thing that's surprising me is that how early it is, though. Like they haven't even played one preseason game
yet. Yeah,
I thought they might wait a little bit longer, but I guess they're just like, let's rip the end of it.
Sometimes it's nice going into preseason knowing who your starter is, especially because it is Kyler, and like you said, he has. I hate to say it, but you look at franchises, right? And good franchises will make all the difference. Kevin O'Connell's a great coach. They have a great defense. They have great offensive players. This could be something where Kyler comes in and just automatically is the best we've ever seen of him. You look at guys like Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Obviously, you go to the Jets. Location. Yeah, the location. Everywhere he's played after the Jets, he's actually been solid. You know what I mean? So, you change franchises, right? A well-run franchise with a really good coach can change everything for you. So, I mean, he ain't ever had nobody as good as Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? They got a solid defense, great coaching. So yeah, like this I thought this was going to happen because I just haven't seen enough from JJ McCarthy yet. But the Vikings are always in it regardless of their quarterback. So you get a quarterback who can halfway hopefully do some stuff. I think Vikings are going to win more games than they're expected to next year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. A few injuries. Cade Mays for the Lions. There was one other one. Oh, Isaiah Pacheco for the Lions as well. Both got injured. It just sucks seeing the injuries this early.
Same.
Walker for the Falcons, the ex-Georgia player, going into his second year, he tore his ACL. He's going to be out for the year. Jalen Walker, that one really sucked. That was hard to see because he had a promising first year, but I feel like he was about to make that second year leap. Like he showed flashes, but it's like, okay, now you got that year under your belt.
Yep.
And that sucks.
Learn how fast the game is, especially as a defensive player. Like, changes things.
Absolutely. Stephanie said, who do you think will get starting quarterback for the Browns? I think it's going to be Deshaun Watson. I think, as we've talked about it on this show, I feel like even when it was happening, I'm like, this guy didn't forget how to play quarterback. Like, he's playing quarterback his whole year, like his whole life. Like, how did he fall off so hard? And I think he just never was right from the injuries. And then the pressure of everything that happened off the field, it seemed weird. But money, yeah. Like, he's got a guaranteed contract. But I think that the Browns are going to go ahead and say, let's squeeze something out of that. Because they didn't, like, he got a 5-year guaranteed deal. He was the first, I don't know if the quarterback or NFL player in general to get a fully guaranteed deal. Like, you sign that paper, that money's yours type of thing, like they do in baseball and basketball. Like, that was the first of its kind, and it worked horribly. But I think they have a chance to redeem it still. So he's got to beat out Shedeur. Like, no shade towards Shedeur, but it's like we've seen what Deshaun Watson has been and could be, and I'm not sold that it's gone yet.
I wasn't sure if it was Shedeur or another one of the backup quarterbacks, or not backup, but quarterbacks that are vying for a starting position. But their rookie wide receiver that they took, Concepcion, he got obliterated. Like there was a pass that got him obliterated, and like everybody was like, "Yo, Trey, the quarterback." Like I couldn't tell who threw it to him, but I think for sure it wasn't Watson. But yeah, like somebody had got him obliterated, and everybody was just like, booing and all that other stuff, hollering. But it's like, damn, to get your guy blown up like that in practice, essentially, you know what I mean? Like that's not a good look. So we'll see how it goes. I'm with you. I think they're still on the we got to get something out of the money we gave Watson train. You know what I mean? Like I think they got to get something out of it. And I just think they're not completely convinced with their other guys yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's gonna be Watson too.
Pop said, "I heard Watson is looking great and that Sanders might get traded. I hope not. I want Sanders to have a legitimate chance." Stephanie Washington said they said preseason will tell. So that is going to be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny going off Pops's comment. I think that's what Sanders wants. I think Sanders wants out. Yeah, I think he wants to start fresh, go somewhere else to be actually given a real shot. Not that the Browns aren't going to give him one now. Obviously, coaching changes and things of that nature, but I think that's what he wants. I think he also understands the Browns as an organization isn't the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So I think he would want that. I think he would have no problem going somewhere else, even as a backup. I think hopefully he's like, even if I go somewhere else, hopefully I'll still have a real chance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that. I'm not linked to saying Shedeur or his camp, but I feel like that might be something that he wants.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do think that the new coaching staff, that is something going for him. So maybe he can feel a little bit different.
True.
Stefanski obviously wasn't messing with him, but we'll see. Only other quarterback battle I'm watching actually is Michael Penix and Tua. Michael Penix is still not really fully healthy, and like I heard Tua's doing okay. So
I think it's gonna be Tua's job.
Tua and Kyler, both guys that are like short but were successful, maybe injury prone and getting a fresh start. So that'll be interesting to see. But preseason will continue starting Thursday. It's Raiders Cardinals, so then we get to see the number one pick. We get to see Fernando Mendoza. So that should be a pretty good one. And then a full slate of games through the weekend. So it's back. It's
fun
back.
Times.
Yeah. Okay. Also NBA. Oh yeah, the NBA schedule came out. So we'll dive into it later. We still have a long summer for NBA, but the opening tip-off or the opening triple header is October 20th, and it's Celtics Pistons, 76ers Knicks, and Thunder Spurs to cap it off. That's a pretty nice lineup. And you got LeBron right there with his 76ers debut against the world champion New York Knicks at that, like in that middle primetime spot. That should be pretty good. But what do you think of that? What do you think of that triple header? And what else do you want to kind of look at in the schedule? Like, is there any other matchups you're kind of like looking forward to?
Yeah, Christmas game. Boston's playing Miami. So
nice.
It's kind of crazy. I think I actually would have loved to see Boston play Miami in the opener, just because of my personal opinion. I think right now, I think Thunder Spurs, I think that's going to be a real rivalry for the next couple of years, honestly, especially if Chet remains in OKC. But I think one of the only real rivalries that are still going right now is Miami and Boston. They still hate each other, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Obviously, there's the older rivalry of Boston and LA, but I feel like that's just it ain't been there for a while. You know what I'm saying? Right. The hatred's there from real fans, but like the rivalry itself, it hasn't been there, or hasn't felt like it's like Kobe and the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like those are some heated series, and them going back and forth for like 2-3 years in a row. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would have loved to see the opener of Miami and Boston, but the other two games are fire. We obviously anytime OKC plays the Spurs, those games are just so intense. Yeah. Hopefully OKC will be fully healed, you know what I'm saying, if you will. No more injuries. I know there are a lot of injuries in the playoffs last year. But yeah, man, Philly versus the Knicks is going to be great.
Yeah, that should be really cool. Yeah. I feel you on that one. And the Pistons, I mean, they still have a lot to prove, but it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're a good team, but they're really not there yet. And it showed, in the playoffs this last season. And they lost their big dude, didn't they? I swear they lost. I think he was somewhere else.
Durant?
Yeah, Durant. Yeah, so that's kind of a big blow to them, I think.
But that nightcap too, that is fire though. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's huge. That's gonna be yeah.
I still wonder. Obviously, they lost in the Western Conference Finals, but it's like the Spurs go through. I mean, the Thunder go through. Do you think they would have beat the Knicks? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Because I think San Antonio wasn't ready. They were still young, right? We see it all the time. When Boston was the better team. When Boston was the better team against the Warriors a couple of years ago, but Warriors still won. That was the Warriors' experience winning that. Because if they played each other again the following year, Boston sweeps. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much better they really were than the Warriors. But I do think if OKC plays New York, I think OKC wins. If OKC is healthy, I think because they were missing a lot of players due to health. But healthy, I think they do.
Gotcha.
No slight to New York. You know what I'm saying? No slight to New York, but
All right, so this one is the Christmas Day slate. And so, like you said, the Heat and the Celtics is going to be a dope one. But it's funny to me, the 76ers and the Lakers. I had a feeling this was going to happen, even though it's a weird one. But it's like, that's that family day. We're going to get to see LeBron versus Bronny. If Bronny's still on the squad, which I feel like the Lakers, knowing them, they love a story. I feel like they're going to play him in that game for sure, just so we can see them play, like, match up head-to-head.
Oh, for sure.
But that's the storyline. Yeah, that's the storyline we'll hear all about on Christmas Day. But I think it's funny though, the Lakers 76ers, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time that they play this year. So
that'll be Christmas Day. This is what old boy was waiting for. He was talking about when we're waiting for LeBron to make his decision, because no matter who it was, they were going to be playing the Lakers that day.
They were probably going to be playing opening day and Christmas. Yeah, and then this was exactly.
Facts. Yeah,
because the Lakers always play on Christmas, so. They were like, we got your opponent as soon as we know where he's going.
as soon as Bron picks up where he's going.
Yeah. So, all right. That's what's up. So, that's the NBA news, though. And it's cool. It is always cool kind of looking at the schedule. And actually, I was seeing, like, in October, the Lakers are playing in Vegas. We used to go all the time to, like, they always play one preseason game in Vegas. And I kind of want to sneak out there, man. I got to figure out, if the babies can come and maybe just skip the game or something like that. But I don't know. I kind of want to get out there because especially preseason makes it a little bit more accessible. It's not so expensive.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Pop said, I don't see myself watching much regular season basketball because the game is terrible right now with a bunch of these 3-point shooting. Playoffs will be good again. Yeah, I mean, I feel that. I think we hated on the NBA a lot last year, actually. We followed what was going on, but I feel like we as a collective, right, probably watched less NBA than we have in a while.
I agree, Pops. It's been like that for a minute, actually.
Yeah. We gotta say rest in peace, Don Nelson.
Yeah.
Passed away. Second winningest NBA coach. Died Sunday. So definitely want to say rest in peace to Don Nelson, the legend. But that's all we have for basketball.
Yeah.
And again, we'll be looking at the schedule as it comes a little bit sooner. If there's any other like circle games or kind of interesting type of games, I kind of do want to see the Sixers and the Celtics too for the Jaylen Brown revenge tour. I don't know when that is, but they didn't get that. That was not a primetime one that I've seen yet. But I'm sure it will be. When it comes, it'll be a good one.
Oh, take JB for 40.
Right, right.
If you're a gambling,
he's gonna punish. Yeah,
take that man for 40.
Yeah. I'm gonna run through baseball really quickly. Playoffs is coming up.
Yeah.
We got about 6 or 7 weeks left, so it's getting ready for fall time, and that's when playoff baseball gets serious. That's when baseball is really fun to watch.
Yep.
AL Central and AL West are competitive right now. We don't know who's going to win either of those, but we got the Yankees and the Red Sox are kind of close to at least securing the wild card spots, but just not sure who's going to win that division. The Rays are killing it in the AL East. They're pretty much locked in. Atlanta is doing good as well in the AL Central. So they're. It's
funny they started off so rough.
Yeah.
The beginning of the year, and I was like, "Yo, they're not gonna make nowhere near the playoffs. They were doing so bad, and then they just
turned it around.
Yeah.
The wild card in the NL, it's looking like the Cubs are good, but then the Phillies and Diamondbacks are competing for that next wild card spot. So there's going to be some good races down the stretch. And then we got to talk about the Dodgers, man. The Dodgers have been struggling, even though they acquired Scooble, and there's no real concern because they're still going to make the playoffs. But they went on, I think it was like a 10-game losing streak or something crazy.
Yeah, like that, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 10. Pretty sure it was 10.
I almost feel like it's one of those low points so that they'll rally around, and they have had injuries or whatever. But when they come out in full force and when it's prime time October baseball, like they come to play, and I think they're going to get that three-peat, even though it's so elusive and so hard. I think they're going to get it. I still got them in the lead, in my opinion. So
Sam, better to have it now than later. They'll get out of the slump, you know what I mean? And, this might be a time for them to be like, look, we're going to make it. We're going to win our division and all that fun stuff. So we're guaranteed to get in. Let's get our shoulders right, get our elbows right, all the little aches and pains that they got from the 182 games or whatever, 162 games, whatever it is.
Right.
Let's just get right before the playoffs, and then let's start picking it back up like right before playoff starts. But I think they'll be fine. Schoolball didn't have the best game his opener.
But he still did solid.
Yesterday?
But
yesterday,
no, that was his second game. So he did.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. But he's still learning all everything that he needs to learn about pitching for them now. Their cadence is football. But you know what I'm saying. But so I think they're going to be fine. They still have probably the best all around bats in the league. You know what I mean? Like they have so many guys that just knock it out the park on any given day. You know what I mean? And we're not even talking about all their big names.
Right?
Andy Pages is nice. You know what I'm saying? Muncy is nice. Like. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about the Shoheis and the Freddie Freemans and the Mookies of the world. They got a lot of dudes in there.
Is a lot of other teams A tier. Like
facts, bro, facts. So I think they'll be just fine. Like Pop said, Brewers draft so well; they're always good in the regular season. But yeah, you're right. I hate playing the Brewers, man. For whatever reason, as a Cubs fan, they just even when we have a better record than them, they just always beat us, bro. Like they just have Yeah, they're like our weakness, man.
They got Craig Counsell, right? It was the whole thing about like the whole mix up with that. I feel like some kind of juju on that.
Yeah, man. So I'm like, if somebody eliminates them in the playoffs, I hope hopefully they eliminate them before we get to them. You know what I'm saying?
Don't make it go down that road.
Yeah, because I feel but yeah, man. Cubs are looking good, man. Cubs get some better pitching, bro. I think they're in a different league. Bat wise, they're phenomenal. Offensively, they're a phenomenal team, but we got to get some better pitchers. I think we'll be right back up to the top competing for actual championship again. But right now, I think we're a really good team, but we're not championship contender yet. But we're still
and I think
really
that's
good.
the hard thing about baseball, and the fun thing about baseball, though, is like it is so many positions. Like roster building is so hard because you have to cover so many things. You only have so many spots. You got to have some people that can do different things.
Oh yeah,
you got to have your aces too. So it's like building a roster and having everybody actually right at the same time when you got like 25 guys that you're mixing up and that need to contribute on any other day. Like no other team, like, of course, NFL is like you got 11 on either side and you got the special teams and stuff, but you got a 53-man roster. Like you got plenty of depth. Like baseball, you got to do a lot with a little, and you have that many people on the field at all times. So it is just such an interesting mix, and it's so hard of a game. And so I think that is what makes it so much fun. So, so we'll see what happens with baseball. But that was a nice little baseball segment for us. We don't always get to dive deep on baseball. Want to welcome Unc to the show. Hope everything's well. Unc, we got your package right here. We were talking about this. We're gonna make a little video, but we wanted to say thank you while you were on here as well. So thank you again for hooking 100%. It up, and we're gonna open that when we get together and make a little clip for the channel. So look forward to that. One of the things I was going to talk PGA really quickly. The championship starts next week. Scottie Scheffler won the regular season championship again, $10 million. Like even though he did not have it, what's crazy is it was considered you would consider it a down year for him. Based on the standards that he set over the last 2-3 years, and he still won the points standings because he's just so consistent. Second,
especially at the beginning of the year, he was so lights out.
Yeah,
I know. He obviously the last couple of championships, not so much, but he did start the year out really well. So yeah, man, 10 million. 10,
and that's what I always want to remind. I've never talked to a golfer, and I'll never get this opportunity. But if anybody's listening, you should be thankful for LIV. People hated on LIV, and they said these guys are traitors and this and that. But if enough big names didn't go over there, it would have never been a threat, and PGA would not ever have looked at their bankroll and said, "You know what? We need to divvy this back up, and we need to get the prizes up." Yeah. And so they should thank LIV Golf. They should thank the golfers that went over there. And speaking of LIV, they said that they've secured enough financial backing to continue, even though the Saudi side is pulling out. They've gotten enough banking so that this won't be their last year. They are going to go do at least one more season, but I feel like they're spiraling. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention about golf really quickly, and I was going to ask Marcus, and we'll have to ask him again, but it's like I feel bad for Brooks Koepka. He's actually a golfer I have met and talked to, and he's a really nice guy. Back when I worked at Nike, like super nice guy. He's been a champion. He's won majors, but he did not make the field of the 70-player field for the playoffs this year. Mm-hmm. It was his first year back in the PGA, and he actually had to buy back in. Like he had to pay penalties to get back from LIV over to PGA, and I think that affected him. But I'm just hoping that he can bounce back. I'm really rooting for him. But I was going to see if Marcus had any analysis on his game, so I'm going to have to ask him what happened to Brooks Koepka. I'm going to have to ask him that next week. So,
good question.
Last thing, and then I think we'll wrap up. The coaches poll, the first AP top 25 has come out. Excuse me, got a little scratch there, but the top 25 has come out, and so that is really cool to see. But it's kind of the same people, at the top right now. It's projected to be Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, Notre Dame, Indiana, Georgia, Texas A&M, Miami, Texas Tech, and Ole Miss at the top. Which that's actually kind of different. You got some names, obviously they're going to be there all the time, but you got some names that are missing too, right? You got Bama, you got your Michigan type of teams that are usually up there instead of your Texas Techs and your Ole Misses and your Texas A&M and stuff. But I think it's going to be a interesting season. I'm really excited to have it starting, but college football is only 3 weeks away. I think it's like the first week of September. So that's right around the corner.
Week 0.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, week 0 is even closer.
Yeah.
So we'll be watching that. We'll be seeing. But I was kind of gonna maybe next week or in 2 weeks, like right before it. Maybe we'll do our own like little Heisman predictions and stuff like that. So we'll have to see something like that to kind of give us. Maybe we predict like we've done in the past. We get our crystal ball out and we say national champion, Heisman, or maybe like playoff top Final Four type of thing. Yeah, we'll have to do something like that to get us excited for NCAA football. So,
for sure.
All right, I think that's it. Let me see if I got any more little questions here. Not really. Let me see the comments. Pop said, "I hear you, AJ, but it's dirty money. To me, I hope they." I shouldn't sing that, but that Busta Rhymes song from back in the day.
Oh yeah,
we getting money. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it reminds me of every time.
Facts.
Getting money. Yes. So yeah, I get you, Pop. But I do think though it's cool what LIV did. They tried. Like no one would think like, oh, I'm just gonna start a new golf tour and even compete with the PGA at all.
Exactly. It's been PGA forever. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. So we'll see. Unk says Kawhi is crooked. We got to do a deep dive on Kawhi. We might have to have a little separate. I could do a little separate segment on him because it is crazy all the things that have gone on and all the things that are now coming out.
Yeah.
But this is not new. I feel like this happened even when he went to Toronto for the 1 year. Like
I think
Kawhi is a mercenary. Like he's like, yo, I want the bounty. Like let me know how to get that. And so some of the things that's coming out is crazy, but I really think the NBA is like, yo, keep that down because they don't want people to pull on certain threads, right? Because then who knows what other names are going to get attached. When you start digging up the dirt, like you just don't know how deep this would go. And what Kawhi did was bad, but I don't think he's the first one to ever think of it. So we'll have to go into a little deep dive, a side piece thing on Kawhi. Like that would be a nice little study, and maybe something else we could put on the YouTube channel. But yeah, we'll have to do
30. That 30 for 30 gonna be crazy.
Exactly. We're gonna do an early one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're gonna do an early type of 30 for 30. We got the Netflix music. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So that would be dope. Yeah. All right, cool. So I think we're gonna leave it right there. Big shout out to our brother Matt Marcus. You know, we miss him every time he can't be there with us, but we hold it down for him, obviously. And big shout out to my boy Strizzy as well, and all the SLAC family. Join us next time for episode 364. We're coming up on 365, which we'll do a little something silly for that maybe. But again, thank you guys for all of the comments and just the contributions to the show and just the support.
All the love and support.
Pop says you're so right. NBA wants to punish him, but it will open Pandora's box. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't set a precedence because once you do that, oh man, the door is open. So
people gonna start snitching. Well, so and so did it too, but y'all tell nothing about him.
Exactly. And then it's gonna. Right now they're like. So we'll see. All right. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Striz.
Peace.